Akademiks can't ride no wave
into Diddy's crib. Now, from what we saw, we didn't see doors getting kicked off. We didn't see little battering rams like knocking shit off the hinges. It kind of felt like it was more cooperative. Of course, they took out people in cuffs, including the children. We've seen King Combs in cuffs, and of course, Justin Combs in cuffs, and a few other women and some other guys. Diddy wasn't at the house, but someone who claims to know some information, this guy right here, his name is Peter Thomas, he's claiming that, no, there was some force that the feds used. We just didn't see. Hear this.
If there's minors involved, then he should be punished. But if he's just a freak doing some freak shit with adults, I couldn't give a f***. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why anybody should give a f***. For the fact that the feds was in his house and knocked down the fucking gate, and Stevie J said a fucking tanker on Star Island. I've been on that island 100 times. Ran through the gate, disrespectful like some next shit. You know what I'm saying?
So that's what we haven't heard. That's what we haven't heard. So apparently a military style tanker that was probably owned by HSI, and if you look at the raid, I would probably have to think HSI, Diddy. If we had to just kind of use our common sense, I would probably think there was one tank looking thing, and I was like, what the fuck? This shit look kind of fresh, right? Like this shit right here, right? Shit, they probably ran through the gate with that. This looking thing, right? Let's see if we get a better picture of this shit. Trying to get a better picture of like the tank that was probably used, and I think this is it. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't know if it looks like it ran through some shit, but apparently it did.
And why all of that? Why all of that show? When they went to go see if Trump was, like being reckless with classified fucking documents that could put the fucking world in arm's length. Did they use a tank for that? Did they? Did they actually think this man is gonna have fucking minors and probably hide away?
Well, I hate when people listen, and I feel like I'm a sensible person. When it wasn't the feds, when I told you the police executed a search warrant at my house, they knocked my door off the fucking hinges. I had to buy new doors. The new doors cost, well, it's like this mansion. So I have like these heavy duty doors. It costs $24,000 for new doors. You might think I'm lying. Factuals, okay? Because it's wood, but it's like these wood things. It's made in Mexico. Like it has like all these little mansion doors, at least for the most part. And I upgraded to, it was like $24,000 for like new doors, parts and installation. And yeah, at first I was mad as fuck. I'm like, yo, y'all kicked off my fucking door, right? And in reality, when I was asking why it happened, right? I'm giving y'all the details, because I'm like, why the fuck did y'all just knock my doors off, right? When it happened, I was downstairs. I know I always have a gun around me. Call me paranoid. But I see, thank God my gate was open at the time for like Amazon. I see, they came with a SWAT team too. Like when they came to my crib, they came with a SWAT team. Facts. They came with a SWAT team, like this big ass tank, like kind of looking like that tank, but it's black. That came. I have mad windows in my house. They surrounded the shit, but I'm like, I won't tell you exactly what I was. And I'm getting mad alerts on my phone like, yo, there's people on the property. When I look at it, I could clearly tell it's police because, nigga, it's a fucking tank. So I leave my gun. Like, y'all gonna catch me walking upstairs, like, with guns in my hand. They're gonna fucking murder me. You know what I'm saying? So I fucking leave a gun, and I walk upstairs, and my mom was there. She was delirious. Like, apparently, this is the part I didn't know till later. They show up and they're like, police open up. My mom don't know what the fuck is going on. She's chilling with Pluto. That's my dog. She's just letting the dog like, all right, handle that. I'm my son downstairs with the blick. It's all good. They're not waiting 5 minutes. They're not waiting 5 seconds. You got to realize that they're serving a search warrant. If it's like, imagine if I had coke in the house. Nigga, I'm going to flush it. Bro, they're not waiting. If you don't open fucking immediately, they're kicking the shit off. Facts. So by the time I go upstairs, I'm starting to see beams inside the house because they've surrounded the house with niggas with long rifles, right? They're all aiming into the crib. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, thank God I don't got no gun in my hand because they would have definitely shot me. Then at the door, they're like, it was crazy. They're like, open up. Bang. I'm like, yo, chill. We're going to open up. Bang. Open up. Bang. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, nigga, how they giving us 2 different, nigga, you can't even open. Now I'm seeing, nigga, it's a heavy duty door. Like these are heavy fucking, you can't kick this shit open. So they're hitting it with like some crazy shit. I'm seeing the fucking thing almost come off the hinge. You can't even open it no more. They've bent the lock, but they're still saying open up. And I'm like, nigga, we can't open up. The fuck are you talking about? Nigga, they do that for like maybe about 20, 30 more seconds, running this shit, pretty much tell everybody get on the ground, and then fucking put everybody in cuffs. That's how it happens. But I get it. Like, I fucking get it. You know what I mean? If you're a police serving a search warrant, let's say the criminals or the so-to-be criminals knew what you're coming there for. Imagine I had, I don't know, again, 2 kilos of coke. Say I had a way if I could get 10 minutes or 5 minutes to get rid of the coke, they've lost the evidence. They're not about to just knock on the door like, hey, we're outside. Could you let us in? No, motherfucker, nigga, we here. What the fuck? We're storming this bitch. You get what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie to you. I tried to see if they were gonna pay for my door because I like, yo, I don't got no charges. I'm innocent. I'm clear legally. Like, yo, y'all kicked my door off. They were like, well, the search warrant was valid. Y'all good. So I had to pay that money on myself. They didn't give 2 fucks about that shit. So again, I understand what this nigga is saying about the Diddy shit, but hell nah, nigga. The difference with Trump, and I'll be honest with you, the difference with Trump is that Trump security, Trump has Secret Service and security at his places. So they're going to communicate differently with the people who's doing these search warrants rather than like, say I got security at my house. They don't know these niggas. Like, we don't give a fuck about your security, nigga. Like, we getting up in this bitch, you know what I mean? Now, if there's other, like, Secret Service is law enforcement too. So Trump got police with him. So, of course, they're going to act a little bit different. But Diddy, they're probably like, nigga, we not about to be at your door waiting to punch in codes for this big-ass door, this gate to open. Nigga, we getting the fuck in there, nigga. Knock this shit off and let's get up in this bitch and figure out what's going on. Now, we didn't see that. The only thing we saw was them at the house, and I think they were probably smart. I told you about how they were searching the house, right? When they searched Diddy's house, I could tell, like, they clearly had some fucking blueprint of the crib. Diddy house. Like, they had a blueprint of the crib because, let me see it.
Welcome back to
Because, let me see, I just want to get the, I was trying to get the shit where you could see them, like, walking around the shit. Yo, you could tell this shit was different because they said they got entrance through like a side door, which was probably the easiest and least invasive way. You get what I'm saying? Like, again, I'm using myself as a reference. Nigga, when they were knocking down my door, it still took like 2 minutes. Like, it didn't happen immediately. Like, it's a heavy duty door. They're hitting it with some crazy shit, but it takes a while. Like, it's a big ass door. It's heavy as fuck. You get what I'm saying? So, of course, if they could get through a side entrance, which they probably already know, you get through this side entrance, it's just a little glass. It's probably a double pane glass. Knock the shit out, open the shit. We in the bitch, we good. So, hey, they got to knock down the fucking gate. The gate's open. They can't tell Diddy security, hey, we're the feds. We came to do a search warrant. Who knows if Diddy got like a protocol that says if you ever hear the feds is at the door, get on the radio, call the person who's in the the control center, and start deleting every fucking surveillance footage we have. Like, that's what I would want to do, right? If you could tell the feds, hey, give us 5 minutes and we'll let you in. Of course, yo, delete all that shit. Yo, everything. Nigga, just break it. Delete and take too long. Break that shit. The fuck? All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? But anyway.
In the fucking tunnel of his house on fucking Star Island for them to make a show of that. They did that show because of the pigment of our skin.
Nah. No, they didn't. Again, I also, through my lawyers, inquired the same thing. Why the hell did y'all bring a SWAT team to my house? And they said, you're legally owning 50 guns. We don't know if you're going to have a private militia over there with the guns that we allowed you to have. We got to come with force. I'm sorry. You got 50 guns. I'm sorry. We're not showing up like, hey, you want to hand us over some evidence that might lock you up? Like, you know what I mean? Like, nobody's going to do that. It's like, yo, if you got 50 guns, nigga, we coming with 55 guns, nigga. Or at least 100.
That's the only reason why they do shit like that, and they continuously
Nah, it ain't nothing about the color of your skin.
do shit like that because they.
By the way, also, this is what's not been reported. Let's see if I could get like a report on it. Diddy house raid. Apparently, there was guns found. But we're not hearing. I mean, it might take a while to verify. Like, was any illegal? It might take. But apparently, there was weapons there, which we didn't see. Look, what's this? Sky News is kind of reputable, right? Guns found at Sean Combs' homes. Yeah, they probably knew guns were there, right? The 54-year-old homes were raided, blah, blah, blah. Several phones were seized, da, 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 da. Wait, just before he was scheduled to depart on a trip to Bahamas? Wait, was he really going to Bahamas? Let's check that out. Diddy Bahamas house raid. Really? I gotta see if Sky News is telling the truth.
About the raids in Miami traffic statement today after the raid incidences. There's no excuse for the excessive show, force, and hostility. Continued to fight every single day to clear his name of rape and abuse.
Okay, I didn't say nothing. Oh, right here, he was going to Bahamas. Well, page 6 was saying that he was going to Bahamas. Okay, that gives us a different perspective on it. I think this raid, I don't think they thought he was going to run, right? But I do think that they probably had enough and they wanted to execute this before Diddy could get any inclination that they're going to do it. And of course, before he jetted to Bahamas, right? Like, yeah, keep that nigga in the country. Keep that nigga, on the P's and Q's. And that's probably why they did the raid at that time. If he wasn't going to the Bahamas, they probably would have covertly. It's kind of like when, the feds arrested 6ix9ine when they knew that niggas was about to shoot at him, right? Like, they're watching the whole situation. They arrest the nigga because they're like, oh, you about to get shot at, my nigga. Like, yo, niggas, you're going to this casino. Your ops is going to the casino. They're about to shoot at you. Let's just lock you up now because we're trying to prosecute live people, not dead people. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, all right, cool. I didn't know that. The rapper, blah, blah. Okay, 3 women and a man was interviewed. Okay. It's not known what type of firearms or who they, says several, wait. It's not known what type of firearms were found or whom they belong to. Da, da, da. Yeah, don't really say too much about fire, but they did find firearms there. And also, that's another thing too. Now, I'm gonna also I'm trying to say this without saying it, because I don't want to get nobody. Put it like this: I've been to a few rappers' houses. You could use your critical thinking. And they literally have private militias there. Literally. Fuck a gangbanger making it up there. They won't ever make it. If the police wanted to go up there on a raid, granted, will this private militia actually engage with the police? I would hope not. Like, but if it was down to that, yeah, it would be a thing. It would be a thing. Not saying they would like fucking hold off the cops, but shit, probably is gonna be a couple hours standoff. It's like that, if you get what I'm saying. So when you see the police are going into some of these people's cribs and they have either mad firearms, they have mad firearms, or they have, what do you call it again? They have security teams that are probably armed. Yeah, the police is not gonna just show up like, you know what I mean, knock on your door and be like, whenever y'all ready and got some time, just give us all your DVRs and security tapes and pictures, and we want to get a little DNA swab over there and give me your phone. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's not gonna work, bro. Like, come on. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, chat, all I'll say is I've been some places. I don't know if it was in a valley or in a mountain, but I guarantee you, even if the police wanted to go up there, they would need to have a tremendous show of force, because it's a private army up there. I won't just keep it a beat. It's a private army up there. I won't say more than that. Anyway.
Me getting away for the fucking beginning of time, and even though it's 2024, they still feel that way. They still feel like they could get away with shit like that, and right is right and wrong is wrong. There's no equality here. There's none. You know what I'm saying? I always said that when we figure out distribution for ourselves, how to distribute within our own community where we don't need them, we're going to be better. If there's minors involved, then he should be punished. But if he's just a freak doing some freak shit with adults, I couldn't give a you know.
Okay, and I think, this guy Peter, I think what he's also forgetting is that, yeah, there might be adults, and actually, we really haven't heard like too much, other than that one case with the minor who was 17 who got flown. We haven't really heard a pattern of him wanting like 16-year-olds, like how, it was rumored about Kelly, or R. Kelly, that is. I think when it comes to Diddy is that they're believing that the adults even who was involved in these freak-offs and behavior, they felt like they were coerced. They weren't consciously making a choice. Now, you got to think about it yourself. Some of them feel like they were drugged. Some of them feel like they were coerced. Some of them feel like they were pressured, and some of them feel like they were threatened. So if you want to believe that, it's going to fit in with what the feds are looking for, so to speak. You get what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Anyway, give me 1 second. Oh. Now, apparently, Diddy knows. Remember, he lives on an island, so it's only if he wants to not be videotaped, you got to stay inside the crib, right? And apparently, Diddy, he's been on his island knowing that people are videotaping him and shit. He's been looking like he's having a good old time. This is him seen dancing, smoking, and turning up at the mansion after the raid. Now, this is crazy. It's no way you could do the take that dance, bro, after niggas is accusing you of taking all of the shit that you've done taken of people's manhood, dignity, and otherwise. This almost seemed like a script. Drill says, "Are we sure this is new?" Yes, this is from Hollywood Fix. Salute to Hollywood Fix. I have a good relationship with them. It is their footage, and yes, it's new. It's from a day ago. It's from a day ago. Now, hey, listen to this shit. So Lecrae, if you don't know, is a Lecrae is a gospel rapper. Okay? Now, he told a story recently about a Diddy party. Lecrae partying with Diddy. I gotta find the original one. Where is it at? Lecrae podcast. Where is he at? Where can I find the original podcast? Because I got timestamps, but it's for the original. Now, here's the thing. You can imagine how a Chris... Oh, I'm spelling his name right, isn't it? Lecrae. Can we find the full thing? Okay, over 20 minutes. Is it? This ain't it, right? Where can I find it? Give me a second. What do I gotta look up to find the whole video? Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. Okay, I got the name of the video. This is Satan's actual strategy for the music industry. This is the name of the podcast, which is crazy in itself. Wait, is it this? No.
And this has been...
Oh, what the fuck? No. Wait, I see it. Why can't I find it? This is Satan's actually strategy for the music industry. Hold on. This video's like shadow banned. Oh, it's unlisted. Oh, this video is unlisted. That's crazy. That's odd. So this video is unlisted. I gotta find the actual link, chat. Wow. So it's on YouTube, but it's unlisted. Okay, here's the link. Give me a second. All right, chat, watch this. This is not publicly available on YouTube. It's actually unlisted. Don't ask me why. It's on Lecrae's channel.
I wouldn't even go.
It's on Lecrae's channel. Here we go. Here we go. So you see right here, it's unlisted, which that's a little eerie. Okay? 2 months ago. Anyway, let's listen.
You a meatball, yo, bro, here, hit this blunt. You ain't see the blunt get rolled, or yo, bro, take this drink right here. And you like, hold on, bro, listen, homie, I ain't with that. And some dudes that get drunk, like I've been in studios with artists, famous artists, and I seen take a bottle that wasn't there.
I wasn't even gonna say nothing about this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I've been to a couple Diddy parties. Now, I'm risking a lot by saying this because I know as soon as I say that, all the assumptions are gonna come in and if I don't say evil things were taking place, then I'm covering for them. And if I do say evil things were taking place, then I'm one of them ones like, yeah, Lecrae, expose it. You know what I'm saying? And I've been to lots of parties. I've been to Jamie Foxx. I've been with Snoop, T.I. Like, I've been to lots of places. Here's what I'll say. There are people who will test you. There are people who will see how far your limits are. And if you're willing to take a step, then they'll take two.
What?
I, in my personal experience, never saw anything where someone was like, you can't move any further unless you do X, Y, or Z. But what I did see was, if you do X, Y, or Z, well, keep coming, because you're, and that's how we all are. It's Psalm 1, right? It says, blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked.
Hold on, though. This guy's a Christian rapper. If Diddy invites you to party, why would you even go? Diddy don't got no holy water other than his semen at these parties.
Of sinners who does not sit in the seat of mockers. You start walking, they gonna walk with you, and now you find yourself standing. They like, oh, you stand? Well, if you stand, come sit. Now, next thing you know, you're sitting. And so it was never a situation where I felt forced to sit. It was a situations where I was asked, do you stand?
Wait,
do you stand? And I'm like, I don't stand. Oh, okay, cool. And then I was left alone. It's like, oh, he's not about that life. He's not with it. I'm leaving him alone. And this is what I'll say. And I won't say whose party I was at or what party. This is a crazy situation.
Diddy
right?
party.
I was at one of these parties.
A Diddy party.
For me, I'll be honest, it was a mix of work, because this is oftentimes where you go to connect with people, where you go to meet people. And I have met people here, and I have built bonds, and they have said, I have met actors and celebrities who said, man, thank you for being here. I needed your presence here. You're the reason why I know God is walking with me. And we've had conversations since where they're like, man, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Because how you gonna be a light if you never in the dark? Now, if you cannot handle being in the dark, stay up out of certain places, right? Don't play tug of war by yourself. I never went to these events by myself. I was always with people who were walking in the light, and we always had a mission. It was never just to go in there and wild out and be stupid. But the other side of the coin is, yes, if I'm a human, so I'm frail. I'm gonna be honest with you. There was moments for me of like, oh my gosh, I'm here. I'm part of the crew. Like, look at me. Yes, I struggle with acceptance and wanting to be associated.
Bro, get to the part where you was wrestling with Diddy over the Frosted Flakes. We know what's happening at these parties, man.
With greatness, and I got caught up in some of that nonsense internally, right? But you would
The
have
Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Diddy's trying to take my booty cheeks behind these Frosted Flakes. Oh my God.
never known that. What I will say is at one particular party, lots of big names, there was an artist there who said, hey, Lecrae, around 1 a.m., make sure you're not here. And I was like, what? You just don't want to be here at 1 in the morning. And I was like, now my pride kicked in, like, yo, you don't know me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can handle myself. Like, I'm not some little church boy who ain't never seen nothing. Like, I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what you talking about? Well, it's probably 12:30. I'm downstairs. I go downstairs to the studio. I come up out the studio, and I'm headed back upstairs to like the main area where everyone's kind of congregating and hanging out. And the music changed. It was like really hard and heavy at first, and then, you know, like jam and dancing music. And it was a little softer. You know, it was a little more sensual.
Let me see you bump and grind. My mind's telling me no. But Diddy's...
When I came out the studio, I started going upstairs. And on my way upstairs, there's like this couch. I won't say how the couch is designed, because then that may give away
The Plug Talk couch?
whose party and whose house this was. There was a couch. And on the couch, I saw a couple of guys really going at it hard and heavy.
Whoa.
And
Whoa. Going at it with who? Like themselves?
man, and I was like, oh, you know, my brain, I'm thinking, well, you know, the celebrity party, people do what they do. As I started moving upstairs, I passed them up, and I noticed that it wasn't just those two guys. It was more and more people just.
It's two guys. Oh, shit. Cat Williams told you. Yo, chat, we need this as a soundboard joint. We need this as a soundboard joint.
Turn down $50 million. Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him no.
That's what we need right there. Somebody clip it. We need it right there.
Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Can I need another one? You here, get you another one.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Come on.
Because early on you was accusing me.
Was going at it. I was like, okay, it's time for me to roll. I'm going to grab my stuff and I'm going to get up out of here. I did not know that's how this went down. So was that shocking? Absolutely. Was I forced or coerced into anything? I was not.
Nigga called Meek Mill and Usher on the couch doing
but why they felt that comfortable, I don't know. Maybe the invite list, they was like, yeah, all these people. I don't know. I'm shocked that it went down. But I've been to another situation, another person's party, celebrity party, and a celebrity tapped me on my shoulder, and I was hanging out with them, and it was like, yo, nephew, you might want to go into the other party because this cabana, we about to close it up. And they closed up the cabana, and there was about 3 or 4 big name artists in there. And a whole bunch of ladies started walking in that cabana, and a security guard stood in front of the door. Hey, they didn't coerce me. They didn't ask me to come in. And everybody said, you probably should not be in this cabana. You probably just want to go back out there with the cocktails and the hanging out and the hobnobbing. And shout out to my guy, Brandon T. Jackson, man. Brandon T. Jackson, I don't know what he's up to these days, but at this particular party, Brandon T. came up to me and he said, yo, man, like Satan will steal your soul in this industry, bro. And he was really like, I loved the fact that he felt like, he's like, I love your soul and your spirit, and I want you to thrive, Cray. I don't want you to get devoured out here. And I just appreciated that because for him, he was like, he had seen some detriments and some of the dark side of things, and he was like, yo, I want you to be taken care of. So I say all that to say, like, I never felt like it was some secret occult or secret, like, thing. I felt like there were areas at certain places that were like, hey, this could be the cocaine room. I don't know. This could be the boom boom room. I don't know. But I never ventured into those places. That wasn't my thing. And when I felt like something was moving to a level past where my witness or my like conscience would be messed with, I'm out of there. It's not for me. But somebody got to be in these places and spaces, right? Like somebody got to be there, to be, in these environments. Now I'm not saying somebody got to be at the strip club or don't misconstrue my words. What I'm saying is someone has to be in environments where people congregate and you can get to know them and you can build relationships. You know what I'm saying? These were not like, it's not just wild and people hanging from the ceilings everywhere. It's really just people hanging around by the pool, talking, having conversations. Some people dancing, some people walking. Oh, what's up, Jimmy Iovine? What's up, Madonna? Chris Brown? How y'all doing? You talking. You have a whole.
The great thing about having somebody who is probably truly innocent talk about this shit, he don't even know he's snitching. Nigga, we trying to get the Jeffrey Epstein list, but we were trying to get the diddler list. You tell us who at these parties. Nigga, when you say, hello, Jimmy Iovine, well, Jimmy Iovine just got sued for a whole bunch of shit. Respectfully, Jimmy Iovine. I love Larry Jackson, your underling, which we've done great business together. But still, you giving up the people who've been at these parties, that's going to be the next list. The diddler list. If you stayed past 2 a.m. at Diddy's party, either your booty cheeks was being split wide open or you was splitting another nigga's booty cheeks wide open. Let's keep it a bean. No. I ain't say he's snitching. He a civilian. He a Christian. I'm just saying he's given his experience not realizing that the public, to them, like he's been invited to some shit. We've always thought this was a myth. We thought this was a myth. So when he's naming people who were actually there, we get to look at them, how they're reacting to this situation, and has there been any funny situations in their personal lives.
Whole conversation. You can share your whole testimony standing next to somebody by Jamie Foxx's pool. You know what I'm saying? So again, it wasn't one of those situations where it was crazy. And I've been to tons of these industry events, like tons of them. So it's, what do you want to get yourself into? If you want to get in trouble, you can. But I don't feel like my career, and yes, sure, I probably could have found some way to finesse it for my career if I really was trying. But it's like, is that what you really want? Do you want to get yourself intertwined with the deeds of darkness and Satan? And now you got to unwind yourself from all of that? Is that really what you desire? Or do you want to be straight and narrow and go to bed at night with a clear conscience and wake up in the morning and see that God is doing God?
You know, it's so interesting because I think people identify the heights of the industry with darkness, devil, deceit, but I don't think that's innately what the industry is. You ever heard the saying, guns don't kill people, people kill people? Which theoretically is true. But do guns kill people? Yeah. But isn't it by the power or the intent of a person using that gun? I guess I say that to say, I don't think the industry necessarily is evil. Because I'm going to be honest with you, given where I stand these days, and trust me, I love y'all because y'all have helped create someone that these niggas, they're having meetings. How do we get rid of him? Some of them, somebody said the biggest compliment to me recently. You think these motherfuckers is your friends. They can't stand you. And I said, I like it when it's that. They can't stand me. They wish I wasn't here, but they have to be cordial with me. I go back to the Drake lyric. They need me more than they hate me. Very powerful lyric. They need me more than they hate me. I'll tell you why I say that. Because I do believe I'm in the music industry. Even if I operate that shit from my headquarters, that's, I don't want to say where it is. I said it a bunch of times. My headquarters and at my crib. I operate and I influence and I do what I need to do in the music industry. Remember there was a time they were trying to shit on me. They said, you wouldn't be invited to certain rooms. And this is where I come back to, like, is the industry evil? No. Because the industry that I'm in, it ain't evil. I get invited to every listening party. I get invited to every show. There's not one music concert I can't go to. There's not one, if I ever was like, I'm going to show up somewhere, like all of these little industry parts. Oh my God, act's coming. They'll love it. I just don't go. I've never had to play the game, which I love. So it's not the industry being dark. It's the byproduct of being important in the industry that creates people that have dark energy. These people who become billionaires, what I've realized, I told you guys this before, what I've realized about every time I've met rappers, and rappers who have gained an incredible amount of wealth, and I'm not just talking about like they've earned a few $1 million, not even like tens of millions. Anytime I've encountered rappers who've made hundreds of millions of dollars, they've usually lived in an alternate reality from what the majority of normal people live in. And in that reality, they create their own rules. And in that reality, sometimes their deepest, darkest desires come out and influence everyone around them. And those people see that energy as a byproduct of the industry. Because what gave them that power and that wealth, it's the music industry. So I never think the music industry is dark. I think it's what comes with being successful in the music industry. Which also, I guess I'm trying to say, if I give you $1 billion and you were like you always wanted to be the super tough guy, you might go employ or pay off 1,500 gang members to run around with you and act like you're the toughest guy around. You might even pay for people to get killed. Because now everybody's moving to the beat of your drum. Nobody tells you no. So I've always thought the industry is not dark. It's the power that the people who are successful at it, how they choose to use it. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I'm paralleling that to the guns don't kill people. Guns aren't innately bad. If there's a gun sitting on a table, it doesn't just hop up and say, I'm killing niggas. No, it takes the intent of a human to put the magazine that's loaded with the bullet into the gun, rack it, then point at a target, and then pull the trigger. That's how you shoot somebody. But the gun itself isn't bad. if you look at most situations, and this is what I even think about weapons, if you look at most situations where there is gun violence, it's not the gun that made the situation violent. It's the fact that the person has the mindset that they have a gun makes them act and their demeanor different, but the gun didn't do anything. Their actions towards that is creating these other situations. Again, I don't think the music industry is evil and dark. I think it's the power and the byproduct of the music industry that is just inevitably wealth, fame, women wanting you, riches. Yeah. All of these things are going to create immoral people or have people who might have immoral fantasies and desires. It's going to empower them. Anyway, I digress. Let me just let him finish and then we'll move. I'll show you something else.
God is infinitely more powerful, and I'd rather trust in him than all that nonsense. I love these ones. They're my favorite.
Okay.
How you doing?
All right. The next thing is that, Roland Martin called out New York Post. Roland Martin said this New York Post article is wrong. The sale of Revolt is not closed. I checked again this morning. White media can get black writers, but facts are facts. Essence Magazine's owner, Richelieu Dennis, is the mystery buyer of Diddy's TV network, Revolt. And let me just click on the article. Okay? So apparently the person who's going to buy Revolt is this guy who owns Essence. And I'm wondering what's the price tag on it. But apparently what Roland Martin was saying is that it's not complete. Diddy has not officially sold the company yet. Keep in mind, this company was not a publicly traded company. And when you don't have a publicly traded company, this would be essentially almost like a private transfer of wealth and resources and a private sale. So we might not know, or it might just be rumored how much it was bought for, unless maybe the new owner wants to kind of almost create a valuation of the company by announcing what it was acquired for, that people could now see it from that perspective on a financial point of view, and then hopefully it could grow to be even more. But we don't know what that's actually worth. But we'll look up this guy, though. His name is Richelieu Dennis. This is his Instagram. And of course, he hasn't posted anything yet about Revolt because apparently it's not complete. And we see already, it says how Richelieu is using venture capital and entrepreneurial smarts to create other billion-dollar black companies. He's on a mission to help portfolio companies and his New Voices fund achieve the level of success he had when he sold his company for $1.6 billion. Ooh, oh my God. It's a big baller right there. If he sold a company for $1.6 billion, that's crazy. Now, he's the founder, executive chair, and head intern of Sundial Group, Essence Ventures, New Voice Family, and GroupBlack.com. I don't think, what are TV networks going for now? How much I think Revolt was sold for? Let's try to Google it. How much is Revolt worth? Revolt TV, I guess.
And Charlemagne paints that.
I'm trying to figure out.
Diddy is a man of many names, included on that cable box. The concern to throw his hat in, Diddy put together an all-star team.
They can smell them and
Try and get into.
I'm trying to figure out how much is that worth?
Out that ice. Put that thing on you. Put that thing on you. Biggest black media company in the motherfucking world, you know, ran by us. Hey, put this on me, okay? First group. I've been looking at a lot of diamonds all my life. Sometimes with the clasp and shit, I need to stay focused, you know. Look you dead in your eyes, let you know I'm here. I'm awake, I'm alive, I'm better than...
You know when people say, did Diddy know this was coming? Diddy name change Brother Love. To me, he changed his name in like 2022.
How are you? You know how to make an entrance. It's always with sunglasses, and then you take them off.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I like it.
You like it?
I like it.
That's right. You know how many, I have a question for you.
I'll have an answer.
Do you know how many times I've been on this show?
I'm going to guess 20. How many?
27 times. 27.
Wow. Wow.
I'm lying.
Oh.
It was only 17 times. But after you said the 20, I felt like I was losing. But 17 times! I've been on the show 17 times.
It feels like 20.
It feels like 20.
Every time feels like 1 1/4, so it adds up to 20 because it keeps going. You're always entertaining. You're love.
You sit in one of those chairs that...
It's love is the father.
I don't know what you're talking about. My daughter's only 15.
They're not dating?
No, they're not. Not that they better not be dating right now. Like 17, right?
Or yes, just stills of you. I didn't know you were surfing now. Watch this form. Love. We'll be back. We're back with Sean Love Combs, and you have Ciroc vodka, and now you have a brand new drink. Tell us.
Yeah.
He spoke about the name change a bunch, but okay, here we go.
Hey, yo, what's up, y'all? I have some very serious news. I've been praying on this, and I decided...
This is 2017, by the way. I'm wondering if he had any inclination that any of this was down the pipeline. Because I always thought the whole Brother Love thing was kind of facetious and a little bit of an attempt to try to create a different narrative around a guy who has been, you know, we know him for an entrepreneur. We know him for being a staunch businessman. I mean, there's been rumors, but I don't think no one ever thought he was like a bad guy. But he instantly turned himself into like this magnanimous, like brother love figure, which is like, yo, this is almost like too blatant that you're trying to seem like you're like the Dalai Lama. You get what I'm saying? Sorry.
I've been praying on this, and I decided, I know it was risky because I knew it could come off as corny to some people. Like, yo, I decided to change my name again. I'm just not who I am before. I'm something different. So I'm
wondering if he was dealing with threats and maybe was doing payoffs back then. Because you got to remember, if we're thinking about Diddy, the Brother Love era turns into the I'm giving the artists back their shit era. Almost like a 360, or not 360, but a 180 from what people said that Diddy was a guy, he got your publishing, he not giving it back. He's a businessman, and if you signed a fucked up deal, he's going to hold you to it.
I am before. I'm something different. So my new name is Love, a.k.a. Brother Love. I will not be answering to Puffy, Diddy, Puff Daddy, or any of my other monikers, but Love or Brother Love, okay? It's my birthday. I feel good. God is the greatest. I give all glory, and I thank my mama and daddy. Mwah!
I remember that. So anyway, this is a guy who's buying Revolt. Let me look up his net worth. I'm always pocket watching. It's like a problem of mine, right? Net worth. His net worth happens to be estimated around $400 million as of 2022, but probably is going to be a lot more. Let me see, what the fuck? Okay, they bought something. Oh, yeah, I can't see what I'm looking at? What the fuck? Oh, yeah, I can. My bad. Forbes had him on here. Let me look at what Forbes said. Sorry. So Forbes had him, I think that's his mom. It said these mother and son entrepreneurs went from selling soap on Harlem streets to an $850 million fortune. Wow. The 49-year-old co-founder of Sundial Brands has spent 20 years avoiding meals like this with U.S. President of Unilever, the $54 billion. Okay. I don't want to read the whole thing and bore y'all to death, but this nigga been getting bread. Okay. Look like he got it. All right. I won't doubt it. I won't doubt it, people. Okay. There's I think I have probably two more things in relation to Diddy, and then we'll kind of move on a little bit, especially because we do have some Drake, Metro, and other people's shit to talk about. Let me see. Give me some. Okay. Here we go. Well, before we get there, and by the way, salute to, is this Art of Dialogue? It probably is. Listen to this shit.
Crazy, man. So I want to backtrack, right? I want to backtrack to a comment you made earlier about Diddy and how, over the years he's been having all these run-ins with the police. Do you think the feds took notice of that? And they, at this point, they like, yo, we're going to crack down on Diddy?
What happens is that the police will bring in a CI and will use him like she was a $3 hoe. That's a confidential informant. They'll let you do crimes, as long as you don't do no murders and stuff like that. They'll let you go around and pay you. When I was in law enforcement, dog, they paid confidential informants $250 for revolvers, $500 for automatic weapons, $750 to $1,500 for semi-automatic guns and rifles and machine guns and shit like that. Some confidential informants got payment like that. And plus, they get 8% of a case. 8% of a case. So if they bring in about, just say, they bring in a case $100,000. That's 8,000. What's that? What's that? $8,000. That's 8,000. They bring in $1 million case. $1 million case. That person is getting $80,000. I mean, like $80,000 on it. I think if you're talking about 8%, you know what I mean? So I'm saying that to say this: confidential informants get paid good, but Puff was a millionaire. Him being a confidential informant, him getting money like that, it was favors. He been getting favors and been paying law enforcement people for years to protect him. You understand? To protect him. We had a lot of people on the payroll when we was doing security. Somebody might have this first 10 hours, that 10 hours, or whatever. He was paying law enforcement. He had a budget for law enforcement. Now, if something goes wrong, those people got friends in certain places. Then plus he tells his handler, yo, can you make this go away for me? I'll give you this and that. Now, that could be a lot of speculations or whatever like that. But Why would you have or be working for an FBI agent if you're not an informant? Why? So when you got that kind of money, you could hire people to make a lot of things go away for you. Like you hired lawyers. Those lawyers have police officers and people working for them and investigators. Those investigators were former officers. So all of them in the backyard in Diddy bed together.
So what you think happened? If he was an informant, like what made him turn on him?
Like I said, some people could retire. His name is too much in the news. Like, listen here, bro. They don't want you to be always in the news in a negative form. There's people that's probably worse than Diddy, but they not always in the news in a negative form. And then, like I said before, when he went against one of the world's biggest distributors of alcohol and spirits, they put out a campaign against him. They called their friends. They made him look real bad in the media. And a lot of that shit didn't go away, bro. It just compiled. And now with Cassie with her stuff, that Jonathan Odie, Lil Rob, and the 4 other people that filed cases. I think he got like 3 to 4 other cases that's filed against them that they trying to work out instead of going into court.
For whatever reason, and 50 likes posting this a lot. My man Andrew Schultz, man, comedian extraordinaire, host of Flagrant 2 podcast, and also co-host of Brilliant Idiots. He been having them jokes about like whether it's Diddy or Meek, and 50 posted this today. But here's a comedian's take on all of this shit right here. Listen to this.
LA, I got tired of the media trying to smear this great city. They're saying you're a bunch of fucking criminals, drug addicts, and pedophiles. That is not the whole city. That is a very small, specific section of the city. It's called Diddy's house. That is, listen. If Diddy go to jail, what's the over-under? Someone asked Shohei Ohtani. I know he got the... Those Japanese love gambling, bro. Or I believe they call it driving. But whatever, man. Listen, this is the only reason I think he might be guilty. Every celebrity in LA has had their home robbed except Diddy. And I thought about it, it's like, bro, robbing Diddy is terrifying, because what if he's there? You break down the door, he's butt naked on the couch. Meek Mill sitting on his lap, just petting him like a Maltese cat. Meek Mill crying. Oh no, wait a minute. I thought you was finished. He's like, can't stop, won't stop. You try to run out. You run out, the door is locked. You turn around, all of a sudden you hear, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. Can't be stopped now. It's your asshole tonight. LA, I got tired of the media trying to smear this great city. They're saying you're a bunch.
Okay. Now, a lot of people are using this as an opportunity to piggyback their own situations. For example, we've seen Daphne Joy kind of throw out in the midst of this that 50 Cent, R-worded her, right? Like, Daphne Joy. Anyway. The other person who I see try to call someone out, I don't know if y'all have seen this, Yes Jules. So Yes Jules now, who got fired from Kanye's team, she's apparently countersuing, right? And what I've seen, or maybe I could be wrong, but we'll try to find it. She seemed to be throwing into the mix like a little bit of like, hey, y'all might want to look at Kanye's team. They on some shit too. Everybody's like dry. Like right now is the time to dry stick to be like, yo, I ain't never gonna tell on somebody, but if y'all really trying to find who did what, yo, they over, like, I don't point fingers, but they might be over, you know what I mean? Like, I don't point fingers, but, yeah, it's one of those type of shit. Everybody trying to get a little dry snitching on, get a little investigation going on with somebody or some shit like that. Anyway, let me see if I can find it. I don't like scrolling on this. I think she's... Is she a sex worker? I don't know. I know she got like OnlyFans or something like that. Anyway, I do know she's suing. Let me take this off the screen for a second. I can find the lawsuit. So she's accusing somebody on Kanye's team, which I think is Milo. She's saying that nigga is like a straight up pedophile. Okay? And then she was basically also saying that, why does she posts like a naked picture after every serious thing she says. It's just kind of crazy. Wait, can I find it? She might have deleted it. Cause I seen a screenshot of it. It was floating around the internet. Essentially, like, she hasn't attacked Ye and said Ye did anything crazy. But she's basically saying the people around Kanye, they are severely problematic in terms of just, even their sexual history and sexual past, right? And one happens to be the chief of staff of Yeezy, which happens to be Milo Yiannopoulos. And I mean, he has his own history just generally on the internet, but linking that in your gripe about being let go from the Yeezy corporation makes people now look at Kanye as if maybe he was like complicit. And recently I think Kanye looked kind of good in the whole thing, Kanye Diddy, where news came about that Kanye avoided meeting up with Diddy at Rolling Loud. He said he had no interest in talking. This is after he messaged Puff and he posted this online. He said, Puff, I don't like our conversation. I'm selling teas. Nobody gets in between me and my money. This is my grandfather texting you now. Never call me with no bullshit like that again unless you're ready to green light me. Because anybody who got on that tea is me. Out of respect for everything you've meant to me, I'll be quiet as Virgil. But now I know how I've hurt people I love with threats. Come do something illegal to me now, please. Okay? And then Puffy also said, as soon as I land, we'll meet face to face. And he says, nigga, fuck you. You're fed. Okay? I believe he even spoke about him. Kanye, Diddy, Drink Champs. I think he spoke about the Drink Champs when he said this.
Poison me, and by the way, y'all done already fuck with me so much. Y'all already black mirrored me. You already made everybody think I'm crazy. You already took my family away. You already separated all my friends. I don't got no celebrity friends. Because when I was on TV, on Instagram saying, I don't know where my child is, and the Kardashians kidnapped my daughter in public, and I didn't have the address of my child, none of these niggas that want to say something
Travis
now.
gave you the address, though, right?
Travis gave me the address. Right. But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas, all you fake hard niggas, fuck you. Hold on. Okay. All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck because you can't shoot nobody anyway, and the reason why you got talks is because you did a deal, you fucking fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta come at me, because part of the deal for you to be a do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you're gonna go pull my coat card. So y'all niggas shut the fuck up about me. Now let me say it calm. You niggas shut the fuck up.
Now, Kanye might seem erratic and bipolar and sometimes even incoherent in some of the things he says. But I think this is like a common theme that people are thinking about. Remember, I even mentioned Lil Baby before, but I'll say with Meek Mill specifically, and when it comes to Diddy, I guess he falls into that too, where people feel like, hey, listen, they at a point were propped up to maybe keep other black entertainers and culture in its rightful place, make sure nobody's getting out of line, this and third. And I don't know. I'm not saying that's necessarily the 100% truth, but their actions never dismiss that thought, right? Like, Meek is bunny hopping, and then, for a long time it felt like certain agendas you'd always see Diddy spearhead if it helped other people. Anyway, one last thing before we're gonna kind of move on here. This is the what's next for Diddy. Okay, so what's next for Diddy, and then we'll move on because I know we've kind of spent about 2.5 hours on this, or actually 2 hours. What's next for Diddy? Here we go.
Okay.
By the way, this is the guy who predicted that there were going to be raids. He predicted about like 5 or 6 times, and there were raids. Now he's saying what's going to next for Diddy now.
After the Diddy raids happened, and your stuff went viral for predicting that or speaking on that before it happened. Logically, the next question I would have for you is, what do you think is next for him after the whole situation with the raids?
Yeah, I find it funny that people be like saying, "Oh, he the popo." Of course they know. So y'all think Homeland Security, U.S. attorneys, DAs in New York, going to celebrate something or tell something to a cop, an ex-crooked, alleged, according to y'all, cop from Compton, California, what their every move going to be? No, like I said, I just speak from common sense, from knowing things, knowing how shit works. But it's funny to me. That's what everybody that want to hate on Red be like, oh, yeah, of course, he was the popo. I ain't been a motherfucking popo for 30 years. Police hate me more than he hates y'all because of the people I've been around and the things that I have done. Y'all see how that white cop was talking and all of that? That's how they think. You don't supposed to be, you know, they believe birds of the feather flock together and all of that. You walk like a duck, you crack like a duck, you're a duck, you know? They believe all those terms and all of that. So they ain't gonna share anything with Reggie Wright Jr., especially on an investigation like that. So let's stop that. Let's stop that comments right now. But today, I'm telling y'all, what's happening right now after these words is niggas are shitting like crazy right now. People are going worry. Every time they door knock on the phone ring, is that the police? Are they coming? Or they call it, they want me to come. Because you're gonna have two type of people that's the law enforcement gonna be contacting now. They were going to be contacting victims, meaning some of the men that laying up there with their wives and acting like they're going to be getting contact. Some of them done did some heterosexual stuff. Some of them done did some gay stuff. But they're going to be getting contact. But more importantly, who's going to be getting contact? It's victims as well. Well, I talked about the victims. It's suspects. People that were doing shit with him at the Diddy parties. And so, man, there's only one person that I'm worried about that's been bragging about and used to brag about going to Diddy parties. That I hope they don't contact him in the month of, well, I hope they never contact him. Ooh. But definitely not from April and May. And hopefully we make it to June. I hope like hell they don't contact him because y'all know I'm a major Laker fan. Y'all know I am.
What?
No, ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But
what?
People like this, they're going to start erasing stuff like this, so y'all better get them, tag them, save them. Because look what my boy LBJ23 said. Damn, bomb first. People like that, and y'all, I love that.
Not LeBron. No way.
As a basketball player, right after MJ and Kobe. Kobe, y'all know, is my favorite. Shaq is my second favorite. And then, of course, LeBron. And I hope like hell they don't contact people like that. But trust me, it's a lot of people like that. That's going to be that shit in bricks right now. Y'all watch?
Yep.
How's this right here?
Yep. Stevie.
See this box?
Whoa. I'll probably explain that other shooting that police are looking into. I'll probably do it another time, just in the interest of not having a full stream about Diddy like we've kind of done that a couple times.